Hi everyone, hope you're having a wonderful day. It's so beautiful outside, love it. It's finally getting hot, which is good and bad. Because then I'm just gonna be like sweaty all the time. It's like, too cold, too hot, never good enough. Woo! Hello. So when you're a special needs family, you sometimes have to vacation separately because, it's hard to find someone to be with our kiddo. Our kiddo cannot just stay with anyone, and it's just really hard. So right now my husband's visiting his family, and I have to say I like it. It's so quiet and peaceful, and he's with his family. He's enjoying that time. I don't care for that stuff anymore, so I'm loving the separate vacations. I love my husband very, very much, but I like the separate vacations. I like not sleeping in the same bed together, so I get I don't get good sleep. I just don't. I mean, my kiddo is up all night long, but I have to say, sleeping in separate beds is so good because I don't have to hear the snoring, the tossing and turning. I could just get in and out of bed, go right back to sleep, and all this stuff. So, I don't know, I'm kind of liking it. I feel like husbands and wives who vacation together are a lot happier. There's more conversation, more, stories, and it livens up the marriage when you have something new to talk about. I mean, if you're stuck together for 24/7, you know what they're going to say. Everything's the same. You were there. You experienced it. Okay, there's nothing else to talk about. That's why when you go to restaurants and you see all these couples and they're eating dinner and it's just quiet, there's nothing new to say. So that's why I really think sleeping in separate rooms, vacationing at different times, I think it's the sparks of marriage. I think we got something going there. Yeah, I like it. Anywho, so craziness. My son's doctor, who's also my doctor, he's an adult. He left UCLA. He went to Kaiser. Ugh. HMO. just whatever. Not a fan whatsoever. I know it's cheaper, but you get what you pay for, and that's what I think. I don't know. Anyways, UCLA. So we were recommended this doctor, a female now. So I don't know. Am I crazy? Just tell me your opinion on this, because I could tend to be a little crazy. I'm very opinionated. I love hard though. I love you guys. I love hard, but I know I'm very opinionated. People think I'm judgmental, but I love you guys. I don't care. I'm just talking about myself. So anyways, I need to know your opinion on what you think. If I'm overthinking this or what. So we go in for my kiddo's annual physical. I take him for a physical because as a special needs person in the state of California, he's got all these social workers from the state, the county, making sure I take care of him, making sure he's healthy, making sure I take him to the dentist, blah, blah, blah. So I always make sure I have documentation of I am taking him to his physicals, getting his blood work, making sure this kiddo is healthy, okay? So we go see this new doctor, and she, right away, they always want to talk about vaccines, and you guys know I 100% believe that vaccines gave my kids autism. I had these bright, healthy, alert babies, and then the next day, the lights were off. They're just dark. Regression, everything. So you guys know, no vaccines. No. So I know it's always going to be a confrontation, and I'm okay with that. I'm very secure in my standing. I am firm in my no, and that's it, right? I'm good. So I'm okay with confrontation, always have been. So I say no, we're not going to do it. And I told her my kids were very healthy, alert, achieving milestones, and then the vaccines, lights off. I don't think so. And then she starts with, and then she records our meeting, right? She's like, I'm going to record it for my notes, which I'm like, uh-oh. So she's like, how about the Gardasil? I totally recommend the Gardasil vaccine. Lady, no, I just said no. So disrespectful. And he's not gonna have sex. He's severely autistic. I got in a fight with a pediatrician who was doing the same thing. And then she tried to tell me, well, your kid is susceptible to being sexually assaulted, so it's better to safeguard him with the Gardasil vaccine. I mean, that bitch told me that, and I was so mad at her. I could not believe that she would try to intimidate, coerce me into giving my kid a vaccine through sexual assault statistics. So now fast forward, here I have another one. And I'm like, no, again. And she looks like frustrated, and she's like, well, then I would highly suggest an HIV test on your kid. What? Yeah. And then she's like, well, don't you want your kid healthy? What does an HIV test have to do with my kid not being healthy? I mean, this is a child who has documentation of seeing a pediatrician all his life. We were vaccinated to a certain point. He has no illnesses. He's got seasonal allergies, so we see ENT for the ear, nose, and throat. But other than that, perfectly healthy, never misses school, active, plays sports, and was in his weight range, healthy kid, and she wants to do an HIV and some other STD tests. And she's recording me. So I'm like, what the fuck is this bitch doing? Well, you want him to be healthy, right? That's what you do. When you want your kid to be healthy, you test them for HIV and STDs when they're special needs. That's what she implied. I could not believe it. I was like, you know what? Go ahead. I have nothing to hide. I have eyes on my kid 24 hours a day. When I'm not with my child, he is with people I trust impeccably. We're very much eyes on our kids. We never did sleepovers and drop-offs and let strangers take my kids here and there. Like, no. I was an active participant in seeing my children's safety at all times. My husband's in law enforcement. When I was little, I was almost kidnapped off the streets. I was at my grandma's house. We were living there after my dad died because we were very poor. And we were playing, and I remember vividly almost being kidnapped with my sister. And thank God my mom was like washing dishes, came out and yelled and threw a slipper, and the guy drove away. And thank God for my mom just washing dishes, looking out the window, seeing 3 little girls, me, my sister, my neighbor, Julie, and this guy with his car door open. So I'm hyper focused on my kids. No one gets near my children. Anyone who shows them unwanted attention, I was always hyper focused. I was like, just red flags everywhere. And then with my husband, red flags, right? So this doctor, I couldn't believe it. So I did the blood work for my kiddo, came back, everything's negative, all this stuff. But I don't know, am I overacting? I feel like I'm gonna get a new doctor. I feel like she's got some ulterior motive because I don't want to get the Gardasil vaccine for my kid. I don't know. You guys let me know. Am I just being crazy self, or Should I just like let it go? I don't know. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. I totally just want to hear what you're thinking. All right, that's it. Have a wonderful day. Bye.